Sorry about my appearance here. I'm a little bit under the weather, but thought it's been a little while since I've done one. I had something kind of important I wanted to talk about, so here goes nothing. Hope I don't cough. Hello, and welcome to the 1% Better Daily Podcast. I want to apologize for my hiatus lately. I've been pretty busy working too much overall, but I kind of butchered this doing my live over on my Instagram at 1% daily. It's kind of important, and I wanted to kind of reiterate it. And kind of a quote saying here is, "You are the way that you are, not because of your past, but because of the way you view your past. Pain is inevitable, suffering is not." And it kind of hit home for me. I definitely have been one of those people, both in the past, more so than recently, thankfully, who uses things that have happened to me as a badge of honor. And sometimes it's usually a badge of honor. Look what I survived, I had an abusive relationship. I had absent family growing up. My mom had a lot going on in her life. I don't want to throw her under the bus here, but it was not the best of times, it's not the worst of times, right? But I kind of would wear it as a badge of honor. And I wouldn't necessarily come up and tell you, look what I survived. But in the back of my mind, I would always, yeah, I survived that. I'm strong. I'm tough. I got this. And it's good to get past your past and to not dwell on it for the good or the bad. Now, I like to talk about the whole victim mindset. It was a long, long time ago. Can't remember how young I was. It was America's Top Model or something like that. I want to say it's Tyra Banks. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, right? But it was a talk show. And I don't remember what it's about, but I just remember this one line. Sorry about Moxie. She's being a B word. Hey, cut it out. Hey. Sorry about that. Anyways, hey. She was saying that you have two ways you can deal with something that happens to you. Let's say I was in an abused relationship. Right? I was married to an abusive person. And you can either take the victim mentality of, oh my God, I'm a victim, I was abused, I was an abused wife, I was an abused woman, and I can definitely run with that. A lot of people could, unfortunately a lot of women could. And that's one mentality. Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's a choice to be a victim. And so I've always thought this whole time, by taking the higher road and not being a victim, but rather using it as a badge of honor, I was being the bigger person. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, and I didn't do it a whole lot, I don't think. I mean, maybe my friends can tell me this, but it's not who we are. You're not the way you are because of your past, but because of the way you view your past. So, a really great story. I don't think it's true, but they're two twins. They were both sons of an alcoholic, right? Alcoholic father. 20, 30 years down the road, whatever, they interviewed the twins. They interviewed the first twin, who is a multi-millionaire, billionaire, who knows, right? Really rich, really successful. And they ask him, why aren't you an alcoholic? And he goes, because my father was. And then they go, I flip-flopped it, I should have gone the other way around, but anyways, they interview the other twin, who is an alcoholic, raging alcoholic, probably homeless, just real bad, real mess, right? And they go, why are you an alcoholic? And he goes, because my father was. And so what that means is, we can take our past and make it our identity, or we can take our past and we can learn from it. And that second part, that pain is inevitable. I'm sorry, I wish it wasn't true. I wish to God that I could tell you that we're never going to feel pain again, that, if you find happiness and joy, it'll never get taken away from you, that, life will be peachy, but it's not, okay? Unfortunately, pain is inevitable. Suffering is not. And you're going to suffer, unfortunately, but how long are you going to suffer? Okay, if you, a lot of my friends, colleagues right now are going through lots of divorces and breakups and stuff like that, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. And you might suffer for a little bit, but you can choose how long you're going to suffer in that. And I'm not saying that you can jumpstart the healing process by no means. You can still be in pain, but you don't have to be in misery. You don't have to be suffering. You can try to seek out joy. You can try to seek out gratitude. Hey, I'm grateful. I've got an opportunity to find someone better. I'm grateful that we had beautiful kids together. Something like that. You try to find the gratitude in it. I'm not trying to be toxically positive, which is a new term I discovered here recently. I'm not a big fan of. But we don't have to suffer. You're going to be in pain for a little bit, but you don't have to suffer in that pain. You can change your mindset and change the way you view it. And you don't have to make that past who you are. You don't have to identify as the abused, as the child of an alcoholic. You can learn from that and better yourself and become, rise above that. I see a lot of memes or whatever, infographics talking about, the hurt stops here, and it shows like, I don't know, your grandma screaming at your mom screaming at you, like, I don't know, you suck, you're a loser, and then you're telling your child that I love you, so we don't have to, we could stop that negative decline, I guess is what I'm saying, we don't have to always be what we're quote unquote predestined to be. So anyways, if you were on my live the other day, I'm sorry I butchered that. I was making food. I tend to do that. I love food. If you're not, if you haven't ever seen it, go over to Instagram at the number 1 %, daily. Otherwise, there's the blog. Sometimes I'm up on there, www.1percentdaily.co. And as always, if you like this, feel free to subscribe. I'll try to be on here a little bit more frequently. No guarantees. I know life gets really busy, but I'm going to try to keep pushing this positive mindset and attitude to you. I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye. All right. And there we go.